Welcome once again to Candid Conversations with Liz. I am Liz, and I want to specially welcome you to today's edition of Candid Conversations with Liz. Yeah, it's our first in the year 2025, and I'm excited. Are you? So, I have come again. If you know you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Okay? Give me a thumbs up. Share this video, like, comment, let it go viral. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for sticking with us throughout 2024, and we're in 2025 with fresh new insights, fresh new stories, and trust me, you're going to have a swell time on this channel. Today, we are going beyond the shores of Nigeria to bring you a very amazing couple, very dear to my heart, and they'll be introducing themselves shortly. The topic for today is love story. What a way to celebrate Valentine's Day 2025, February 14th. We're bringing it before February 14th so that in case you need to have a little bit of sense, you can use this to, arrange your sense before February 14th so you know the right decisions to make. Right about now, I'll be bringing my guests on the show. Please introduce yourselves. Ladies first, I guess.
Ladies first, always.
Okay, my name is Florence Oga. I'm the beautiful wife of this amazing young man.
Oh, yes, you're beautiful. Okay, Florence, in a word, what would you say marriage is to you? That's you, not to the couple, to you personally.
Well, to me, I'll say marriage to me is an institution on its own.
Okay.
Marriage is a commitment.
Yeah.
I see marriage as a blessing. God created marriage in order to use it to bless us. My marriage has been a blessing to me. So I see marriage as a blessing.
Okay, great. And to the young gentleman, the bloke by your side, can we meet you?
It's awesome to be on this platform and to
you.
know that we are the first in this
Introduce yourself first.
I'm going there. So my name is Simon Peter, and the
amazing husband.
Like you had to say the same thing.
Amazing wife, and it's been an amazing one. In March it's going to be 13 years. Amazing. Wow. 12 years plus.
It's actually literally 13 years already.
Almost. Well, in March.
Don't jump too fast. We're not yet in March.
Okay. There's not yet March.
So so same question applies to you. What would you say marriage is in one word?
The truth is marriage is hard work. Yeah. But
you can say that again.
It's also being intentional. Very intentional. Marriage is commitment. Marriage is sacrifice. Marriage is love.
Yeah, you've said more than one. Okay, so okay, that's so sweet. I hear you. I hear all that you've said. So could you just tell us how you met?
You want to start? Babe, are you sure you want me to start?
Please cut it short in righteousness. Right. Very short.
I'll try to be that to do that. Actually, we met at the orientation camp, NYC orientation camp. I served that year, 2008.
Okay.
Was it 8?
You said 2008. I came in 2009.
Yes. Okay. So I served as the NCCF president in Abuja. So we're organizing orientation camp for 2009 set, which was hers. And one of those evenings, I think the last day of camp, where we usually have where we ask the core members to bring in their shorts, all the things they use literally in the camp. You know, some people, they have this white shirt and shorts that they put on. Most people won't use it after that time, so we tell them to bring it because we take it for rural rugged. And so this pretty young lady walked up to me as the NCCF president and introduced herself. Say, "Good afternoon, Papa." You know, and yeah, and then she
Papa.
said, interestingly, I was the Papa, of course. Interestingly, I had been in the same school with her elder sister, you know, so and the elder sister was like my school mother, you know. So the elder sister had come to visit her one of those days and then saw me pass by and she had told the other sister, "Look at her Papa." And the other sister said, "That's my boy in school," you know. So she had not, after that conversation with her sister, she had not come to introduce herself to me. So she felt, after dropping the things she wanted to, why not just say hi to him? And that was how we met. That was the first meeting. And
okay, the second meeting, usually after camp, they go to churches to introduce themselves to, not really to introduce yourselves to the pastors, just to visit the pastors and fellowship with them. And that fateful Sunday, I was in church and he came to my church to visit and he sat just beside me. And when I turned, I was like, see this guy here, you know. So I just introduced myself again.
Again. Strategic positioning.
No, funny enough. Anyways, I introduced myself and he was like, "Oh, okay, we met on camp." I said, "Yeah, we met on camp." And we just, got talking. Eventually, we exchanged numbers, and
the rest is history.
Before it became history, oh my goodness! You don't want to know what went down. But anyways, that was how we met, basically. So.
Oh, great. So, Papa, let me call you Papa. Permit me. When she sat next to you, or when you sat next to her in church, did you recognize her, or you were just doing like Badu?
Truly, I didn't.
Let me see if this girl recognizes me.
No, I actually didn't recognize her because, as the NCCF president, you meet a lot of people. You know, you are the celebrity now. Do you understand? Everybody knows you, who you are, but you seem not to know everyone. Except people you really want to take.
So that means when she greeted you on camp, like nothing struck you, nothing.
No, not at all. Not at
all. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what now happened? So moving forward, what was now the attraction like?
So like she said, we started communicating. We exchanged numbers and it started with communication, and it started becoming a friendly conversation. And she sounded very interesting.
Of course.
With every conversation just felt like it shouldn't end. We'll just keep going over and over and over again, and it just started with that conversation, and friendship brewed from that conversation. And of course it now continued with visits and getting to know each other. And every step I get to know her, truly the conversation did not start with a plan of marriage. It was not in the picture. It was the fact that we blossomed into friendship, and then being friends, and I started seeing qualities of what I had already written as what I would have loved in my future wife. Yeah.
So it wasn't like you heard the voice clearly.
No.
My Sean, my Sean.
No.
This is your wife.
There was no voice. I didn't hear any voice. But
Okay,
there was
did
a
it take
peace-
you
there
long?
was a peace of mind. There was an
Okay.
assurance.
Okay.
Yeah. But I won't tell you that there
Okay.
was
But
I heard any voice. There was none.
Okay. Great. Okay. But did it take you long? How was the toasting process?
Oh boy.
Was it you just
you don't
toasted her
want to
and
you
she
don't want to
agreed?
know. You don't want to know. It's crazy.
I want to actually.
Of course, I know you know, but for the sake of this interview, I will have to give the details, But of course, you know what really transpired. It was crazy because this was the person I felt there was so much connection. I sit down to speak with Florence, and it feels like an hour feels like just 1 minute with her. There's just so much connection, we just blend almost everything just blends when we are together, but it just felt like every time I mentioned relationship that would lead to marriage, she frowned at it. And so I was wondering, what's the problem? We flow, you see that we're good together, we understand each other. So why, in fact, it's interesting to know that she gave me a no 3 times.
You keep saying 3 times, but it was
Whoa.
3 times.
It was
I am the one that
Does
got
it
the
make
no.
I gave
does
you
it
the
make
no.
it feel
But I
better?
got it. So
I gave you. I know how many no's I gave to you. And it was just
well,
2.
I'm the one talking. So yeah, so she gave me 3 no's, seriously. And the third one, I won't forget it. It's by where she was staying. You remember that place? I don't want to mention names now. One of the general's house where she was staying, just beside the Nungu there. She actually So beside where we're just standing, she said, Papa, I know that by now you'd have been imagining how our children will look like. But I'm sorry to
Oh my
tell you
God.
that I don't see you in my future.
Oh my
But
God.
I didn't see
That
him
was
in
a
the
very
future.
harsh thing to
But
say.
this is the future now. This was what I saw. And she's futuring in my future. Do you understand? See her here now.
Oh,
Everything
Oh
I
my
saw,
God.
those pictures I saw, I'm seeing all of them now. They are real, beautiful children.
how did you
know.
feel? How did you feel after hearing that?
Oh Lord, it felt like I've won a US lottery visa. If there's
No.
anything,
When I told you that I didn't see
No,
him
no,
in
no,
the
no.
future.
Oh,
When
okay.
she told you that,
I was devastated. It felt like
can imagine.
what else would you want to ask for? What do you want? Because and truly I had told myself at that point, I respected her decision, but I told myself that I won't make any proposal, I won't make any move until the day I hear that she's getting married. And so what I'm going to do is I'll send someone to go to the wedding venue to confirm and get back to me that she actually is married, and then I'll move on with my life. Now, that was how determined I
Are you
was.
serious? Whoa, you were willing to go that length. Okay, so Florence, what now happened? How did you now come to terms with seeing him in your future after that
It's Holy
very
Spirit.
I don't know
Thank God for
how
Holy
to put
Spirit.
that statement. I don't even know how he went past that and
Thank
still
you,
got
sweet
married to
Holy
you.
Spirit. It was Holy Spirit. I thought.
No, God actually dealt with me.
Oh, okay.
Most times when God gives you a gift, sometimes it doesn't look like what you want. You really don't think that's the best thing for you.
So I didn't look like what you wanted.
You weren't anything close. You weren't even close to what I wanted, and
Oh
I
my
just
God.
felt, growing up, as a single person, I had my list of the things I would want to see in my future husband, and physical, intellectual,
Yeah.
those lists now,
tall, dark, and handsome.
Lists, and he didn't fit into it at
But
all.
I'm taller than you. I'm handsome. So what part didn't I fit in?
And you're dark.
Like my son. Like my son would tell my husband. Like my son would tell my husband that daddy, you have only one pack. And I'm like, you see what I have to deal with? Packless.
It's a full pack. That's good.
So he I sincerely didn't see a future with him. I don't know why. And also one of the reasons also was the fact that he was Papa, and he seemed like someone that was gonna go into full-time ministry. And I didn't see myself being a pastor's wife. No. I don't have the grace for that. Of course, then I was a Christian, but my spirituality wasn't up to his at all. His was, I just saw him like one very over spiritual guy, and I felt if I get married to this one, breakfast will be Bible study, lunch will be prayer meeting, dinner will be, I just felt there might not be fun. Maybe every week we'll be doing 3 days dry fasting. I didn't want to get stuck into something I wasn't ready for. But over time, as singles, we pray for, our life partners. And most times when I go to God and keep praying, of course, he wasn't the only one coming. I had other guys, suitors that were coming, and when I go back to God to pray, and what I hear clearly is, the one I gave to you, you rejected him. And I'm like, which? Is it SP? No, it can't be him, I kept struggling, but I heard it clearly that the one he gave to me, I rejected him. And that was when I now started changing the mindset I had towards him. I started trying to see him in a different light. And there was a day I gave him a call and I said, can we have dinner together? He said that was the best call he ever had. So when we went,
God. I can't forget that call.
Oh my God. I'm sure he dressed up.
I know, right?
So when we went for the dinner, this time around, I asked him out. I was, not literally asking him. I was like, okay, can he propose again?
She requested for the proposal.
Oh. Oh my God.
So I was like, can you propose?
Okay, so they say what God cannot do does not exist.
Does not exist. Oh, you proposed to a man. Oh my God.
Yeah, so he proposed again and I accepted. I just had to, follow the leading of the Holy Spirit, and I
thank you, Holy Spirit. I love you.
Okay, so fast forward to after you got married. Was there a shocker? Like what I ordered versus what I got? Was there a shocker?
Well,
was there
for us, for me,
a realization?
I wouldn't say there was no shocker, because I remember there was a day I told him that people always say when you get married, you will show me your true color or something like that. And I was like, I'm still waiting to see the true color. That was like years after we got married. I was like, guy, have you been pretending all these years? Show me the true color. I want to see.
10th anniversary.
Was it 10th anniversary? I said, I want to see the true colors. We couldn't have been married for 10 years and I haven't seen the colors yet, And it just dawned on me that
that's amazing.
No color.
That's amazing.
There was no color to show.
We didn't have color.
This was just who we were, and it started with friendship. We were friends. We've always been friends, and I guess we were friends without anything to hide. We're really open. We are very open to ourselves. We are a transparent slate, kind of. That's the way I can put it. There's nothing to hide. There's nothing to
openness. That's good.
So there was no shocker.
Is there any quirky habits that you've come to love in your spouse? Like both sides? Any habits that
He's
okay.
very troublesome. He loves to look for my trouble.
Oh wow.
And she loves it.
If he doesn't look for your trouble, who will?
My husband can look for my trouble, Jesus. He's just so, this kind of, okay, I look forward to him coming home, and sometimes I wish he doesn't come so quickly, because I know once he comes home, it's trouble.
What do you call trouble?
Good trouble.
Yeah, so you hide your trouble and I look for it.
From the door, from when my husband comes in, he has started looking for my trouble. And sometimes I run upstairs and he runs, and I'm like, guy, you have come.
But that's the fun of it. But are you not enjoying it?
I know, right?
Well,
how about for you?
For you.
What was the question again?
A quirky habit that you have come to love.
Yeah, is her sacrificial nature. Florence can do anything for her family to be comfortable, for me to be comfortable, for the children to be comfortable. Most times she even forgets herself. Several times she will buy everything for all of us and she will not buy for herself. There are times that I will even give her money. I say, babe, this money is for you, just you alone. Don't do anything with it. She'll still share it and buy everything for everybody, and then a little for herself. And I'm amazed the kind of mindset, the kind of personality that is. I know how some men struggle with their wives, because all the money that they give the wives, they'll use it for makeup, they'll use it to take care of themselves, to look beautiful, to look pretty. She doesn't care. She just wants her family to be comfortable, and every other thing including herself, can go to hell. And sometimes that's crazy. I like, God, babe, is something wrong with you? Why don't you think about yourself? Do you understand? She's really terribly sacrificial, and I really appreciate that about her.
Oh, yeah. The way she's looking at you, maybe do you agree?
I really don't know. For me.
Okay, so moving on.
For me, as a person, I just feel I see my marriage, my home, as my ministry. Yeah. And for instance, you give me money to buy a new hair or whatever, and I feel my kids need a pair of shoes. Them first,
They already have their shoes. They have their pair of shoes. This one is for you.
I have hair. I also have hair, or maybe you give me money and you tell myself, this is for you, just buy something for yourself. Most times when he does that, and even though he insists, he will insist and say, babe, this one is for you. I'll say, okay, sir. But in my mind,
she knows what she'll do already.
For instance, my bag of rice is almost finished, and you're telling me to carry 100k and go and buy what? I'll buy the bag of rice first. Most times, so he doesn't get angry or complain, I might look for something very little to buy for myself, but the rest goes to the home, because I believe the woman should be a wise woman builds her home. It's not just about it's all encompassing. You build your home, not just I don't know how to put it, but a wise woman builds her home. It's all encompassing.
If you are saying you are taking the rest for the home, the viewers will think that I don't give you enough money for home. That's why you spend.
It's never enough.
It's never enough. No, but really, it's never enough. I can tell you that for
free. What you do not have, you only give based on what you have, and most times it's never enough. That's the truth. It's never enough. So if I get anything extra, I want to put it back into the home. Do you get so?
True. True. Okay, so can you share a funny, embarrassing moment that kind of brought you guys together? Is there anything that happened maybe while you were dating or after you got married? Something
wedding rites.
embarrassing.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
I want to hear that particular one.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said that particular one you're laughing about. That's the one I want to hear.
Okay, I always preach abstinence, even though most people think it's difficult to abstain. I'm always of the opinion that you can abstain, no matter how much in love you are with your boyfriend or your fiance or the person you're dating. You can abstain from sex, and that's our own testimony. True. We dated for 2 years, we never had sex, even though we're very close, but we never had sex. Some people will say, so how do you know if the man is potent? How do you know if he can perform? And I tell people that there are so many ways. I knew if he wasn't potent, I would have known, because
How did you know?
Tell us.
I need to know.
You remember there was a day I came to your house. I was helping you do the dishes. Then you came behind me and hugged me. Something poked me.
What was that?
You forget it, don't worry. So if
oh my God.
Okay.
That's just one instance. Okay. Of course, I hug him, but we get a bit intimate. I give him hugs, and all that. And I know if he's potent, I will know. In fact, even when I don't feel like hugging him, sometimes I just want to do some things and just see, how he reacts to some of my, and also forget it. We have our ways,
Oh.
Anyways.
You were suffering the poor man.
Sorry?
So you were suffering the poor man.
I was like, I had my
gratification.
No, I had my whatever that was ticking. I needed to tick that and say, yeah. I had my list that was ticking, and that was part of what I needed to know.
That's valid. Okay. So
yeah, so then of course we never had sex and we got married. I remember during the wedding ceremony, my husband came close to me and whispered in my ear, and he was like, today is the day. In my mind, I was like, can you just concentrate on this ceremony? And imagine someone has held himself for God knows how long, since he was born, and eventually the day has come. So, we did the whole ceremony, and it was time for us to leave the wedding venue, and we checked into a hotel.
In fact, when we were leaving, I think when we needed to pick some things from your parents' home. Your parents were literally driving us. Your dad said, you people should go.
You're married. What are you doing here?
Go with your wife. Go with your wife. I said, thank you, sir. I was eager to go.
So we checked into a hotel, and he opened the door, ushered me in, and he locked the door behind. And that was when I just told myself, you don't enter. It wasn't like
reality dawned on you.
Now you are now married. You got a ring on your finger, so you're now permitted to have sex, as it were. Then he now locked the door, so it means you can't run out. You're stuck. And instantly my heart started racing. This palpitation now. My heart started racing. I was like, oh God, what do I do? And incident before the wedding, I bought, sexy lingerie, I had this bubble bath. I said we're gonna do bubble bath our wedding night, I will wear see-through with G-string. Oh my God, I regretted buying those things. I wished I had these, long sleepwear that without, that wouldn't, you can't see anything, And at that moment, I was like, what have I done to myself? And the husband I know would pray for hours. When we got into it, he said, let's kneel down and thank God for the success of the wedding. I said, praise God.
You, Jesus.
At least we'll pray for maybe 1 hour and probably get tired and we'll just sleep off or something. My husband prayed 2 minutes.
Lie.
And
For the gift you have provided, we thank you, oh Lord. Amen.
And that was it. Is that it? He was not like, okay, let's.
You had done the prayers ahead.
God has answered the prayer. What are we praying again? This is answered prayers.
He said, let's go and have our bath. I said, no. Is it that you go first or I go first? Choose one. He said, okay, let me go that. I'd already planned I will have a bubble battle. And I said I should go first. I went to the room and locked the door into the bathroom. Just because I know him. He's, like I said, he always looks for a trouble. The usual him will he will open that bathroom. I said, what are you hiding? This thing you're hiding, I must see it today, you know. So I went in, took my towel, got in, and I had my bath. And I had the only nights where I had was the see-through nightwear with the G-string and all. And in my mind, I was like, so will you wear this thing and come out? I said, I won't. I wore that, then I tied my towel, you know, and came out. So he now went into the bathroom. I don't know why men don't even have shame. He started removing his clothes from... I went into the bathroom with my clothes. He started removing his clothes from the room, removing his boxers. And in my mind, I was like, my eyes shall not behold iniquity.
You're married.
Well, says who?
God, the Bible, the pastors, your parents, everyone.
The morning before that, they were already married. So just because I said I do, what has changed?
That's
really?
what changed.
It was difficult to, you know.
Oh,
anyways,
yeah.
He had his bath. So when he was in the bathroom, I started unpacking. We were supposed to leave that hotel room the next morning. We were supposed to go to Obudukatu Ranch for our honeymoon. So there was no need to unpack. But because I needed to get busy, just to while away time.
From activity.
Started unpacking, started arranging our stuff in the wardrobe. And when my husband came in, I said, babe, relax. Why? Hey, in my mind, I said, relax, girl. It's from relaxing that things is happen. I shall not relax. Anyways,
oh my
God. One of the reasons why I gave him a yes is the fact that he's a very patient guy, and he's a very kind guy. He wouldn't make me do what I wasn't ready for, and he wouldn't push. So he told me instantly, like, babe, don't worry. Whenever you're ready. If it takes 2 weeks, whenever you're ready. Now that was serious consolation for me.
Music to your ears.
You know, so yeah. It was embarrassing. That was like the most embarrassing moment I've ever had with him. And yeah, he said the most embarrassing moment, yeah. That was the
yes.
Man,
so
like
how about you? How about you?
And you know, just swallow me up that day.
Oh wow, I can imagine. How about you?
I can't think
He
of
doesn't.
one.
He's never.
Do you get embarrassed?
I can't think of any.
Okay, maybe a funny experience, something you did not expect. After you got married to her, you thought she was this very sanctimonious, angelic. Then you saw a side of her.
No,
that
truly,
you were like, are you too?
interestingly, I've never been disappointed about the person I actually met and got to know in marriage. What?
Are you asking me?
Florence, smile if you want to smile.
I really, truly, sincerely, I can't think of anything. You know, I think it's been, you know, what you ordered and what you got is like what you even ordered. What you got is even higher than what you ordered. You know, as I get to know her every day, I get to appreciate her person. Now, it will interest you to know that my wife is such a person that she loves to cook and she knows I love to eat. Now, it will interest you to know that sometimes she'll be sleeping. Sometimes she struggles to sleep. So when there are times at 3 a.m., she's done sleeping. And the first thing that will come into her mind to do by 3 a.m., sweetheart, by 3 a.m., is to go into the kitchen to cook. You know, and that's crazy for me. That's amazing for me that someone thinks of you, and the reason why she does that is because she knows I would eat. I love to eat. Recently we've been fasting, and then
you have been fasting.
Okay. I've been fasting, and then she knows that she doesn't need to pack my lunch, for me to take to work. And because of that, she has not been waking up that early to prepare meals. And suddenly it dawned on me. I was telling her a few days ago that it just dawned on me that those sacrifices, those early hours of the mornings you wake up, is all because of me. Because since I've not been eating since the beginning of January, she has not woken up that early to prepare anything in the morning. Of course, dinner will be ready so that I can break my fast on it. And that alone, it's amazing to know that she does all of that. Sometimes she does breakfast and lunch. She'll prepare breakfast and lunch. Sometimes 5 a.m., 4 a.m., she's already awake. And then I'll be snoring. I'll be sleeping and snoring. But this lady is already awake in the kitchen cooking because her husband needs to take breakfast and lunch to work. And that's selfless. That's
and her husband loves food. I can see the
amazing.
passion with which you are talking about this.
I love you, babe. I love you. Thank you.
Wait now.
Thank you. She's amazing.
Oh. That's my husband now. That's my husband. Okay, so I'm curious to know. You guys were in Nigeria, and like 2 years plus back, you relocated to the UK, and I know how busy it is over there with work. Trying to balance work, trying to balance marriage, the children, and all of that. How do you get time, and how do you spice up your marriage?
So that's one of the things that I actually said, that marriage is being intentional.
And it's hard work.
And it's hard work too. Now, coming into the UK, it's if you truly, anybody planning to relocate, I would want to first of all tell you that you have to have worked on your marriage before relocating out of Nigeria, because marriages are tested outside Nigeria. The environment you find yourself is such that if you don't have a solid base in your marriage, you're going to crumble. And I've seen a lot of marriages crumble in the UK. Unfortunately, it's so sad, but it's the reality. So it's actually, it's intentional. It's sacrifice. There are times when I see the things she does to make sure that we are comfortable. I am, what's the word now? I am moved, I am instigated, I'm inspired, to also do something that would be able to make her. For example, Florence can cook for the whole world. She can do she can be on her feet from morning till night cooking because she loves to cook. But one of the things she doesn't like doing, and she had told me, she had given me that hint, before we got married, she doesn't like washing plates. And so I have known that the secret of a successful, beautiful, delicious meal is a clean kitchen. So what I do is that no matter what happens, I go out of my way to make sure the kitchen is always neat, always tidy. All the the dishes are done. Unfortunately, where we stay, we don't have dishwasher. We can't install one because it's a rented apartment. And so we have to do the dishes by ourselves, And because she does a lot of cooking and I do a lot of eating, the plates are usually a whole lot. But I always make sure that I clean up the place and make it comfortable. And when she sees a very clean kitchen, she's inspired. She can do anything when she sees a clean kitchen. So it's actually that intentional. Sometimes I come back from work, I'm tired, but I make sure that the dishes needs to be done. I'll go in and get it done. Because most times she also comes back from work, and then she's also making sure that there's food ready because her husband will soon be back and will need to eat. So it's luckily for me, the kind of job I do, I'm free. and available Saturdays and Sundays. Those are usually our time. We don't joke with our weekends. We try to go out, we try to go out for vacations. We go to places, we go for events, we try to spend quality time, watch movies, and all of that together during that time. In fact, on Saturdays, early hours of Saturday, mornings of Saturday rather, are usually family times. It's very intentional. We have time to spend with the kids, want to know how their week went, what is happening in school. Are they being bullied? Are they going through challenges? Is anything going wrong? Who are their friends? Is there anything they want to talk about? And we give them opportunity to express themselves. We get to know what's happening, what they discuss with their friends in school, and all of that. As little as my daughter is now, she knows a whole lot about LGBTQ because of where we find ourselves. So we need to know what they are telling themselves, what they know. And it's really, it's been very intentional. These are some of the things, I want to say have kept us going.
That's amazing. In the UK. Okay, so have there been specific situations where you had to make difficult decisions as a couple? And how did you handle it? How were you able to navigate it?
Yes, there've been a point in our lives where we didn't have enough money, and I am thinking fun. Florence is thinking functionality. The little money we have, she feels we need to buy babies food for the children or their snacks to take to school. We need to buy 1 or 2, 3 things in the house. We need to pay for this. Very legitimate things. Now, I'm not an irresponsible dad, okay? but I just feel I needed to put that out there, But I just feel life is fun. Enjoy life while you can. That's not the one way you chop, now be your own. So you don't you chop everything. So usually, if the periods we've had heated quarrels have been around that area. Florence, there's just a limited amount of resources, finances particularly, and she wants it to be used for a particular thing, and I have a different interest in that. So in times like that, we've always had to fight about it.
Oh, wow.
What was the question?
Sorry, so let's see.
Difficult decisions we have to make.
Difficult decisions.
It wasn't about finances. Difficult
decisions. It's a decision now. Wasn't it a decision? I wanted money to be used for something. You wanted it to be used for something else.
Yeah.
So that's a difficult decision.
Okay, that can pass.
Okay, what do you think?
Okay. So maybe, how about you?
Maybe life choices we make in our home, and maybe not necessarily what you talked about. Like the decision to leave the shores of Nigeria. That was a difficult decision.
No, okay. I thought maybe except I didn't understand the question. I thought difficult.
No, it's fine. Like it's all encompassing.
Okay,
it's all
difficult
encompassing
for me.
Like what he said also
argued about.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Leaving the shores of the country wasn't what we argued about. It was we agreed about that. We agreed about it. Do you understand? So I thought difficult is something that we never agreed about. That's what I would class as difficult, challenging.
Yeah. I would even prefer that one that you had to argue about, like, because I'm asking how were you able to resolve it.
Okay, he's a very sweet person,
but
wait now. No, there are no
There's
buts.
no buts. Oh,
Hold on, I'm going
thank
somewhere.
God. Okay.
He's a very sweet person. He's a very kind person. He's someone that I don't know why he listens to me. I really don't know what I have or what I carry. But he believes in me so much. He just believes listening to me will get him out of trouble. Yeah, and so he always listens to me. And I think most times I capitalize on the fact that he listens to me. We women now, we want to have our own way, we want to do our own thing, and we capitalize on the fact that he listens to us, and so at the end of the day, we'll achieve what we want. I do that sometimes.
So you are manipulating me.
I didn't say I manipulate you. But at the end of the day, he's happy with the decision. Do you understand? Because I think men are like one-way traffic. Well, not all men, most men are like one-way traffic. And for we women, we think about so many things all together. And that's why we are great multitaskers. Like I said, the woman builds her home. The Bible didn't talk about a man building his home. It's the woman that builds her home. And when it comes to finances, most times, now my husband is very philanthropic. That's number one. He's very kind-hearted. If you come to my husband with your problems, he will forget about his own problems and use the last money in his account to solve your problems. Now that's the kind of person he is. And God knows every one of us, and he brings someone into your life to check you, to put a balance to your life, and that's where I come
in. Balance.
Wheel balancing.
Yeah.
Alignment.
And alignment.
I'm balancing your wheel. And that's where I come in, because if you leave it to him, there was a time I'm like, or most times I'm like, babe, we need money for, let's think about tomorrow. Let's not spend it. He'd be like, babe, forget about tomorrow. God will take you up to. God said, don't worry about tomorrow. I'm like, God, I gave you a salary and said it was a monthly salary. It's meant for the whole month. If you finish it in a day, you're in trouble. Do you understand? It's meant for the whole month. So if you say because the Bible says we shouldn't worry about tomorrow will take care of itself, and God has given you a certain amount for this month, and you say because God said I shouldn't worry about tomorrow, I'll spend everything today and God will take care of tomorrow. Now that's an ideology I have that is totally different from his. He'll tell you, babe, let's enjoy. Forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of himself. And I'm like, I want to eat my future today.
Okay.
So in situations like that, we've had, issues, we've had disagreements, because I'm always saying no. Even if God will take care of tomorrow, or rather, how do you put it? And be safe, even if you don't have anything to use the money for. Think of, eventualities, think of emergencies, and I'm this kind of a person that I don't want to be caught unawares. I don't want to be caught unprepared. If there's an emergency, I should have something, to fall back on. But he doesn't reason in that. Yeah, he doesn't reason that way. He just feels, enjoy life now that you're, let the living enjoy.
Money is meant to be chopped.
It's meant to be chopped. That's all he knows. Money is meant to be spent.
Interesting. Okay, so
and sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Okay.
Let me say something quickly before we go to the next question.
Okay.
The reason why she kept on saying I listen to her a lot. I listen to her. The reason why I do that is because consistently I've noticed that the periods where she makes some suggestions and I don't listen, I find myself and the whole family, I put us in a big trouble, in a big situation where it's difficult to get out from. I've consistently noticed that, it just feels like every time I don't listen to her, I get myself into trouble. So it quickly got to a point where I had to understand that God placed her in my life to be able to help me do the checks and balances. you know. And so
align your
when
view.
you know, so
How's your view?
when those suggestion comes, you know, I just humble myself, because is the pride of a man to feel I'm the boss, I'm the guy here in this place. It's my decision that should stand. It doesn't always work that way, you know. I'm just saying it because someone needs to hear this. You don't always have to be the boss of the house.
Okay, so that's it for tonight. Trust me, we cannot exhaust them. Like, they have a lot to say, they have a lot to share, and it's Valentine. I mean, why don't we just take a little chunk and then finish up later, right? So we're pausing on this to make the Valentine a bit longer, because this is our Valentine special. So next week we'll come back with the concluding part of this episode. I hope I'll see you next week. I hope I will see you next week. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you for sitting down there and just viewing everything, and thank you for dropping your comments. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for sharing this video. And if you have not done so, why not? Thank you very much. I'll see you next week with the concluding session. Thank you very much. Bye.